Hello friends, this is Alan Josh and I welcome you to the Learn Up TV. Now in a previous video on personal leadership and self-development, I began sharing on building consistency, and I think I shared about 4 points or thereabouts. So if you haven't watched that video, then you want to go back to watch the video. The link to the video should be somewhere at the description section of this particular video, but you can actually go ahead to watch it right after this, but ensure to watch that video. The points shared there and the one shared here together work to produce the kind of desirable results we're looking for. No single one of these points in itself is sufficient. It is the working together of every one of them that will produce the result that these particular clips promise, right? So let's just get right into it. The very next point I'm going to be sharing is something I discovered in this last couple of years of working with people. Now in the last 2 years, I've worked with over 200 people in personal development. I mean directly working with people, and this is something I discovered to be very effective, which is accountability. I know you probably have heard about it at some points, but it's something highly underrated. The essence of being accountable to a group or to somebody. I'm also accountable to this group of people who I happen to work directly with in personal development. So one of the things I do is, in the course of trying to help these people achieve their personal goals, I would create accountability groups where they have to indicate on the group when they have performed a particular activity that we agreed upon. Now somehow this works in different ways to help people. Okay, one of the ways it helps people's mind is, somehow you have a sense of accountability because you promise to do so, you have to keep your word. And another way it helps is that when you see a lot of people who are indicating having observed the particular thing we agreed upon, there's a way you don't want to feel it, you don't want to be left out. So in order to not feel left out, you have to go ahead to do the same thing. So somehow you find some people who don't really understand the essence of some of the things we do right from the get-go, but they just have to do it religiously. Whether you do it out of understanding or religiously, somehow a habit is being built. And when you constantly fellowship with some of the things I talk about, in the course of time, understanding will dawn on you, and when the understanding mixes with the habit that has been built, it still produces the kind of result we're looking for. And on my own part, as the one who is heading these teams, it also helps me because I am the one who has to lead them, and then the sense of I shouldn't fumble. If I have to be the one bringing these guys up, then I shouldn't be found wanting. So it eventually helps me. I have this sense of accountability to them too. So this sense of being accountable to a person or a group can so tremendously help in being consistent with a particular habit. So one of the things you want to do is look for a particular relevant accountability group. I mean a group of people, like-minded people who are very, very committed to their own personal growth. Don't join people who are not so serious. Habits can be effective, right? So you want to join a group of people who are committed to their growth and be accountable. So accountability to a partner or to a group is one very crucial approach that can help you to be consistent. Okay, so the very next point is something quite subtle but very, very important, which is learn to forgive yourself very quickly. You see, I'm of the opinion that it is not possible to go through life flawless without failing here and there at some points, without meeting with some obstacles. You decide to be doing something every day, but somehow you might find something that makes you break what you promised to do. And if you have not learned to forgive yourself quickly enough, it can put you in a position that is not so good for a long time, and you don't want to be in such a position. Understand this, that God has a plan and purpose for you, but there's none of such plan and purpose that depends on a flawless walk in life. So he has factored in that plan your failings at some point. So the fact that you fail at one point or the other, or the fact that you won't be able to keep your promises at one point or the other, doesn't mean you're not going to reach your destination at the end. You're going to. So you should learn to pick yourself up, forgive yourself for the failings, and ensure that you don't do them again and again and again and again. Just, when you fail here and there, forgive yourself, get back up and keep moving. So you must learn to forgive yourself very quickly so you don't remain there for too long. Okay, it might look subtle, but it's something very important. A lot of people fall into that trap. And I think the very last point I want to make for the now is talking less. Maybe this one is quite personal, maybe unique to me, but I know at least a few other persons that seem to agree with the fact that it happens to them too. Talking less. I realized personally that the more I talk about some of the things I want to do too publicly, the less I do. Okay, I mean, when I have a goal so steering and I'm so enthusiastic about it, when I'm done sharing with people, a lot of times I become inconsistent with it. And the things I'll be more consistent with are the things I do in secret, the things I don't tend to share with people. Now I know there is a time to go out there. I mean, no one puts lights up a candle and put it under a bushel. Somehow you've got to take it out there if you have a sense of value. But I think there is time for everything. So learn to talk about some things too quickly. And I found out something, some very, very interesting findings some time ago about somebody talking about how this works and how that sometimes when you have a goal, so maybe a goal that is steering or a goal that is exciting, okay, you are enthusiastic about it. When you share, according to that finding, there is a sense of accomplishment that comes from having talked about it. So it reduces the energy behind it. So because you already derive some sense of accomplishment from talking about it, and people think about, oh, what a beautiful thing you are aspiring to do, and then it gives you a sense of accomplishment. So you don't have so much energy to, to follow through. So because of that, I think you don't want to talk too much about your goals. Just go ahead to do what you say you will do, and let the action speak for itself. Okay, so these are the points I intend making for the now, and I trust that these have been of immense help to you. And if that is true, kindly hit the like button and promote this channel. Okay, and if you are new on this channel, you can be sure that we're going to be sharing more valuable tips on this channel like we promised. We're going to deliver on these things. So if you are new on this channel, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button so you don't miss out on the various valuable tips that we shared on this channel. You'll be one of the first persons that will be notified when any video arrives on this channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and then see you again in my next video. Once again, my name remains Alan Josh, and I'll see you again some other time. Have a great time.